There are certain signs right inside the home you are living in. At first glance, they seem to have nothing at all to do with money, and yet they may be quietly affecting the flow of wealth for your whole family. Once you recognize them and set them right, the wealth in your home can move more freely, and your work and your business may go along more smoothly than before. The reason I say this is that, according to what people believed in the old days, a good home is a home that holds energy and gathers energy, so that vital energy and wealth energy can settle and stay inside. On the other hand, when unusual signs begin to show up in a house, that is usually the moment when the flow of energy is being disturbed, which makes it hard for wealth to come in and hard for what you already have to stay. So which signs are we talking about? The ones that can affect the fortune of your entire household that much? In today's video, I will share with you 4 signs that are very easy to notice right inside your own home. Please stay with me until the end, so you can check whether your house has any of them, and so we can look together at the right way to adjust things and open up the flow of wealth in your home again. Now, let us get started. Sign 1. A faucet that leaks and drips all day long. The first thing you should keep an eye on is any faucet in your house that leaks and keeps dripping, drop after drop, all day long. Sometimes it is the faucet at the kitchen sink. Sometimes it is the one in the bathroom that never quite shuts off. Sometimes it is a toilet that keeps running water quietly without stopping. Most people simply overlook small leaks like these. Very few of us ever think that they have anything to do with the money in the house. But in the old way of thinking, water is the image that stands for wealth, for the flow of money in a family. That is why the old folks used to say that money comes in like water. Wherever water flows through the home, wealth is said to gather along with it. For that reason, when there is a spot in the house that leaks, letting clean water quietly escape one drop at a time, Feng Shui sees that as a sign that the wealth of your family is quietly draining away as well. The money in the house has a hard time building up, and a little of it keeps slipping out every single day, so no matter how much you earn, it is difficult to hold on to it. So if there is a leak anywhere in your house, please fix it as soon as you can, and do not let it drag on from one day to the next. If a faucet is old and worn out, replace it. If a joint is seeping water, repair it and get that area dry again, so that not a single drop of water goes to waste. Along with that, every now and then, take a little time to walk around the house, from the kitchen to the bathroom, and see whether water is quietly seeping out anywhere, so you can take care of it in time. When there is no place left in the house for water to escape, that is also the moment you begin holding on to the flow of wealth for your family, instead of letting it leak away bit by bit the way it did before. A home where the water supply is always full, dry and tidy is also seen as a home that keeps its property and gathers its wealth. Because of that, the money you work so hard for can stay with your family far longer. Sign 2. A damp house, with water seeping through the walls, peeling paint and cracks. Take a look around and see whether there are yellowed or blackish moldy stains spreading across your walls, spots where the paint has blistered and flaked off, or thin, spidery cracks running down the surface. In Eastern Feng Shui, a wall that stays damp and moldy, stained dark for a long time, will create yin energy in the house, meaning a cold and stagnant current of energy. As this yin energy builds up, growing a little more each day, it pushes aside the vital energy of your home, which is the warm and lively energy that should be circulating freely indoors. When the vital energy in your house has been drained away and all that is left is the cold, damp mold covering everything, it is much like soil that has lost its nutrients. Whatever you plant there has a hard time flowering and bearing fruit. Your business plans and your opportunities run into obstacles too, and it becomes difficult to move forward. Beyond that, the most worrying part of a damp, moldy house has to do with the health of you and the people living with you. Living in a house that stays wet and moldy all year round can leave you tired and often under the weather. And once someone in the house is unwell month after month, whatever money you earn tends to walk right out the door in doctor bills and medicine. On top of that, you no longer have the strength or the peace of mind to think about business or to look after the family finances. So when you see signs of damp or water seeping in, the first thing to do is to find where the water is coming in, rather than simply wiping the surface dry and leaving it at that. because a few days after wiping, everything is back the way it was. If the wall is taking on water from the outside, from the rooftop terrace, or from the house next door, have that exact spot waterproofed. As for the patches of wall that have already turned black with mold or where the paint has blistered, scrape all of the old layer off, let the wall dry out completely, and only then repaint it. Every day you should also open the doors and the windows wide, so sunlight can come in and air can move through, and the moisture in the house can escape. In closed rooms that get little sun, such as bedrooms and storage rooms, you can add a dehumidifier to keep things dry. Beds, cabinets, and bookshelves should also be pulled a little away from the walls, both so the wall can dry faster and so your furniture does not pick up the mold. Once the house is dry again, the first thing you keep is the health of everyone at home. With no more mold to live alongside, the people in your house are far less likely to catch every little cold and cough. When people are healthy, money no longer has to go toward medicine, and that alone is money saved. A home that is bright, fresh-smelling, dry and airy also leaves you in a better mood, with a clear head for planning and handling your work. When the house is in good shape, the people are healthy and everyone feels steady. Wealth becomes easier to gather and to hold on to for the long run. Sign 3. Houseplants that wilt, turn yellow and slowly die, even though you still care for them. Potted plants in the house wilt, turn yellow, fade away and die, even though you water them and feed them properly. Or perhaps you bring home a healthy green plant from the store, keep it inside for a little while, and then the leaves start to droop, turn yellow and slowly dry out. In the old way of thinking, green plants in the house reflect the vital energy of the whole home, meaning the fresh energy that is full of life. A house with plenty of vital energy will keep the plants inside it green, lush, and putting out new shoots. On the other hand, when plants kept indoors wither and die one after another, that is a sign that the vital energy in your home is growing weaker. And once vital energy weakens, family life tends to go downhill along with it. Your plans and your hopes have a hard time sailing smoothly, much like a seed dropped into barren ground that struggles to sprout and struggles to bloom. So when plants in the house keep dying, the first thing to do is not to leave those dried out, bare pots sitting indoors. Clear them away. Because a plant that has died and is left standing there only adds what is called dead energy to your space, an energy that has no life in it to give the house. As for pots that have only just begun to yellow and have not withered completely, try moving them to a brighter spot, near a window or somewhere the sun reaches, and see whether the plant recovers. If it turns green again after you move it, then that old corner really was too dark and too still. Not a suitable place for a plant, so you should avoid putting plants there. And if you have already moved a plant to several places in the house and it fades away, no matter where it goes, then the next time you buy a plant, choose a hardy, easy-going, shade-tolerant kind, such as the snake plant, the zeus plant, or pothos. Plants like these usually stay green and strong without much care from you, and they are also considered plants that bring luck and good fortune to a family. When your home is filled with lush, healthy green plants, the whole house feels as though life has been breathed back into it, and vital energy moves through it freely. A house with plenty of vital energy keeps you and your loved ones healthy, and that is the foundation for everything at home to go smoothly. Your plans and your hopes for your work and your money become that much easier to reach. Sign 4. The people in the house argue often and do not get along. I wonder whether your household has been going through something like this lately. Irritation and arguments that flare up for no clear reason, everyone quicker to lose their temper than before, a single sentence turning into raised voices. There is an old saying that when a family lives in harmony, everything prospers, meaning that when everyone under one roof gets along, things flourish and business does well. In the old way of thinking, a house has an energy of its own, much like the atmosphere that settles over a whole family. When that energy is good, your home stays warm and everyone lives together happily. But when the energy in the house becomes stagnant and negative, the people living there are affected too, quick to lose their temper without knowing why. That tense atmosphere then settles over the entire family, and each person goes their own way, minding their own business, no longer pulling together to care for the home. And when the household is no longer steady, your money and your business tend to slide downhill along with it. So when there is frequent discord at home, give more of your time to your family. Gather around the dinner table together, talk, ask after one another, share the ups and the downs of the day, instead of each person holding a phone and sitting off in their own corner. When friction comes up, everyone should stay calm and give a little ground, because there is really nothing at home worth losing the peace over. It is those shared meals and those small daily words of care that keep a home warm. Once there are fewer arguments at home and people are willing to yield and to share with one another, you will notice a clear difference in everyday life. Coming home from work each day, you will have real support to lean on, a clear head, and the ability to focus on your work instead of being weighed down by trouble at home. When husband and wife see eye to eye and the children understand, the whole family can sit down together and talk through business plans and spending clearly, instead of everyone spending in their own way and hiding it from one another. Your money is then managed carefully and with a plan, and less of it leaks away on things that serve no purpose. In a family where everyone looks in the same direction and builds together, wealth keeps being gathered and added to, growing thicker with the years. With this sharing about 4 Feng Shui signs that can drain the wealth from a home, I hope you have picked up something useful to apply as you adjust your own house. Because when a home is brought into harmony, it truly becomes the warm shelter that brings peace to the whole family, helps you keep a clear mind, and supports your work and your career so that it keeps growing better. In the videos to come, if there is another Feng Shui topic you would like me to share about, please leave me a note down in the comments. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I wish you and your family good health, peace, and a home that grows more prosperous each day. Goodbye for now, and I will see you again in the next videos.